Hi, I'm Taylor.
Hi, I'm Tiffany, and welcome to the show.
What is the show about?
I ran across this paper here, and what we're doing today has everything to do with the importance of art in mental health and recovery. And so, since that appeared on our desk today, that's what we're doing.
Awesome.
Taylor, do you happen to know what bipolar is?
I do.
I thought we've been talking about it all day. There's actually a beautiful young woman who's going to be coming in, and she explains her bipolar in a poem called "My Yin Yang," and it's a really good version of someone else's story, and I can't wait to hear it. So here we go.
Sweet.
My yin yang. Draped with layers that will not unfold, I sit alone with stories untold. The darkest days that turn into night, I retreat from everyone, no words in sight. I'm supposed to be at work, but I lay in bed, sleeping away with lots of dread. This depression lasts for many years. I did have some times where I shed some tears. Then out of nowhere, I was amped as hell. I shot so high and I started to yell. "You're out of control, you have mania," they said. "Please calm down and take your meds." Feeling good and high as a kite, I enjoy this ride with all my might. This phase isn't good though, you see. It affects others around you terribly. So this journey to balance is hard to come by, as you flow from low to the next sky high. So write, listen to music, or pray, they say. Use your coping skills at the end of the day.
What's that?
Origami.
Watch your mouth.
No, that's just what it's called.
Oh,
Yeah, and our next guest is a master of origami, and he plays the piano.
ooh, I can't wait to see this.
Me either, because this is the only origami I know. I want to see some real stuff
All
happen
right.
here. All right.
Giggity.
Music, to me, means like everything to me. It distracts me from what's bothering me in my daily life, and helps me focus on what I'm doing. When I get upset sometimes, I can go right to the piano and it soothes me, helps me like calm down really quickly. I listen to other piano music because I have some CDs. And then when I listen to that Chopin or something, it'll make me think of some other stuff, some other tunes that I can possibly make. Well, sometimes it's hard for me to come up with my own music because I keep coming up with tunes that are already made. And then when I'm sitting at the piano and I just randomly press notes, I can hear certain tunes that sound good to me, and then I just go from there. My mom was a piano teacher, and I just sit there and practice on the piano all day long. It's the only thing I ever wanted to do was sit there. Sometimes my mom would be like, "Just take a break. You need to take a break from the piano." And the sheet music, I kept looking at the sheet music and trying to practice reading the sheet music, and well, I usually do it at the same time. I read it and then I play it. But I'm not very good at reading sheet music. I learn better if someone shows me how to play it, like physically teach me how to play the song by showing me how to do it on the piano. That's how I learn best. That's why it takes me a while to learn a song. That's why I need to keep up on my piano playing, because after a while I forget how to play it.
And now it's time for Art Corner.
Who's Art Corner?
No, it's our featured art for the week.
Oh, yeah. You guys might want to check that out. Art Corner. Yeah.
This is actually one of my first pieces I've done. It was fun. Well, I have depression and like anxiety, and while drawing the lines, I really go into a different state of mind. Like I'm more relaxed and stuff. It helps me with my anxiety and depression, and then I think it'd help others with their anxiety and depression if they have something to like let it out. I really want to start a Stepping Stones coloring book, and I would more likely want this one in there. It'd help me and others. I can see how others are coloring and how they're feeling, and so they can help with their symptoms and stuff. Maybe they will be more relaxed and help them with their emotions that day. Instead of me coloring it, I wanted someone else to color it, and I handed it to somebody and I said, "You color it." At first, I didn't think that person would finish it. I thought it was going to take longer than how long that other person did it, because it's hard. I thought it was hard to color. And how it comes back to me, I think it's really cool to see how they've let out their stuff in my coloring pages, and I think it's really awesome. I thought it was really cool. They did an awesome job with it.
I got my first set of paints when I was about 12, I guess, somewhere around there, maybe 13. And I've been painting with acrylics on canvases. And I had, before that, when I was young, I had some paints that my mom would mix up with temper paints, and she would mix them with water, and I had an easel, and I'd just paint on the easel. And I took art lessons from a lady when I was quite old, back in the 80s, and her name was Nancy Burkett. She taught artwork, and she had not just pictures, but all kinds of different artwork. I'm making stuff that I find as just ordinary old items, and I make them into things. Well, right now I'm wearing a headband, and I made it out of wire and tape in the floral section at Walmart. And I bought some silk flowers, and I put silk flowers on it. And I've got one right here that I just made today. I didn't have any ideas. It's just something I caught. It came up in my head. I just dreamed it up in my head. This is a building. I don't know what of, but it looks like a Capitol building, but it's not. And it's got a tree in front, and I painted it yellow. And I got this picture here is moon and stars. It's called Starry, Starry Night. And I copied the stuff out of magazines and newspapers. I got this I made out of pipe cleaners and beads. This right here is what I like. This is really my best art. I kept it in my bathroom, and I made it. I painted inside. I glued these little things in here. I thought, well, some palm trees means that's on a sandy beach. That's where the idea came from. And I decided later on I put some mountains in there, or the more trees. And I painted some grass. I cut it out. I cut the sandcastle out, and I put that in here, right there. Like in the past, I felt pressure, and I've acted out or blew up. I lost my temper, and when I'm doing it, I don't feel pressure, and I like it, and it helps me. If I don't have pressure, I don't have to blow up or lose my temper, and I can concentrate and do something that I enjoy. It makes me feel good when people compliment me about my artwork, and that makes me feel good inside. It raises my self-esteem. Artwork makes me very happy. It means a lot to me, and it's an outlet, and it helps with stress and my recovery from mental illness, and that's all.
Hi, here's a little skit about recovery.
Here are the letters of recovery.
R, relapse.
Actually, relapse is a part of recovery.
E, emotional mess.
Actually, emotional evaluation.
C. Can't.
Actually, yes you can, and you can do way more than you think you can.
Oh, overly sensitive.
Actually, wait, yes, this is quite normal from time to time.
V.
Very hard!
But very important. V. Vibrant.
Imagination.
E. Expressive.
Therapy.
R. Realistic goals.
But be both attainable and timely.
And Y.
You got this! And now it's time for recipes for disaster.
Oh, they made me? No, just kidding. I love this segment.
Awesome. Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Wait, do we have to eat it?
I wouldn't.
Welcome. My name is Katie, and today we're going to make the recipe for the funnel cake of disaster. We're going to need a sprinkle of anxiety, a dash of anger, and a cup of procrastination, 2 cups of sarcasm, and a teaspoon of depression. To prepare the funnel cake of disaster, we're going to mix the cup of procrastination and the teaspoon of depression with a light mix of danger. We're going to slowly mix that sarcasm in so it sneaks up on people. Sprinkle anxiety all over the mix to produce feelings of uncertainty. Bake in the oven of disaster until burnt. Then a dash of anger all over the cake for optimal performance. I'm going to make it, but I'm not eating it.
Hey, want to hear my new favorite song?
Yeah, what is your new favorite song?
Stop the Stigma.
Oh my gosh, I love that song. One of the greatest musicians. That's awesome.
Sweet.
Stop the Stigma. That's the name of this song. The song is obviously about stigma with mental illness and how people talk about mental illness and how they think about mental illness and how sometimes they actually poke fun at people with mental illness and they know they're doing that and they know the damage that they're causing. That's what this song is about. She ain't crazy, he ain't a loon. I'm not a nutcase, so what you're saying is rude. We're just human beings with an invisible disease. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. She ain't psycho, he ain't lazy. I'm not druggy. Would you please learn something? We need our skills and pills to regulate the imbalance in our head. In our head. Stop the stigma, stop it now. The words you use are so profound. You don't understand the damage that you do. Or do you? It's all in your head. Yeah, that's what you said. Even though it's true, you don't have a clue. Please educate yourself before you speak your mind. Learn a thing or two. Stop the stigma, stop it now. The words you say are so profound. You don't understand the damage that you do. Or do you? Have you ever just tried to not be insane? Oh, I haven't tried that yet. Just let me turn off my brain. Sometimes what you say makes me think that you're the one that's not sane. Not sane. Stop the stigma, stop it now. The words you say are so profound. You don't understand the damage that you do. Or do you? Or do you? Or do you?
What's wrong?
Oh, I just feel like I haven't accomplished anything, and all I do is do, and I guess I just don't feel like I'm good enough.
But you are good enough. You're more than good enough. You're great. And I love you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you ever stop and think about how great you are?
No.
Well, you should.
I'll try.
Do you ever stop and think about how great you are? Do you ever catch yourself smiling because you're awesome at being you? If you don't, you should. Have you ever thought about how much you matter? Because you do. Sometimes it may feel and seem like others don't care, but they do. But the most important person you should care and love is yourself. The only person who can truly be there for you and love you is you. You got this.
And now it's time for recipes for success.
Yes, I love this one.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites as well.
I think I need it.
Don't we all?
Hi, my name is Katie, and today we're going to be making brownies of pleasure. We're going to use a teaspoon of joy, a cup of hope, and a dash of spirituality, a cup of temperance milk, and a sprinkle of faith, and 1 teaspoon of sobriety. To make the brownies of pleasure, we're going to combine joy, hope, and together with love, the power of love. Then we're going to mix in temperance milk until creamy, a dash of spirituality for guidance, and sprinkle faith liberally. Finally, add sobriety and bake in the oven of fairness until done. Bon appetit, Zia. Mine.
Hi, I'm Tiffany, and this is Taylor.
Hello. And we're going to do some questions. I'm going to ask Tiffany some questions about mental illness. Are you ready?
I am ready, and I
Okay.
have many answers. Okay.
I'm excited. All right.
First question.
Ready?
Ouch. Yeah.
All right. So I know mental illness can be tough. So what are 3 pluses of being mentally ill?
I think there's only 2. However, if I weren't mentally ill, I wouldn't be able to share the knowledge that I have and actually go up in front of a group of people and be myself. Actually, just yesterday, I was able to teach a class, and you know what? They love me and they want me back. So it's great that having this mental illness, knowing that I have it, I wouldn't be me without it.
Boom. I love that. Always be yourself. I absolutely love that you threw that in there. Okay. What are things that help you?
Well, if I go with the short list, I use meditation. I use meditation and looking into spirituality. I'm able to use my skills that I've been given throughout therapy. Also, one of the biggest things of importance to me is that I volunteer. I volunteer in the community, and I try to contribute as much as I can, and it helps me get that sense of identity and that sense of purpose that I'm missing, being the characteristics of the type of illness that I have. And so it gives me that identity and that purpose and that drive to get up every day, not having a job, and this is what takes the place of that.
I like that. I should look into volunteering, huh?
I told you you're coming with me Monday.
I know. Some point it'll happen. Not right now.
Roger.
All right. What does stigma mean to you? And I know stigma can mean so many things. So what is your definition of it?
Really, you're going to be here a minute. All right, well, to me, stigma has a couple of definitions. One, standard society rules. Second, the word that comes up to me is stereotype. How is a stigma any different than a stereotype? So that was one thing that had come across my mind. And there's this, however, the best thing that has been defined to me as stigma was my mother. My mother said, Tiffany, when I tell friends of mine or people who don't know anything about it and I say my daughter is mentally ill, they're like, ooh, are they deformed? I'm sorry. And I didn't know this because I tell people I'm mentally ill all the time. I don't care, take what you want from it. And my mom says, Tiffany, you don't understand. When I tell people you're bipolar, I get these looks like, I'm sorry. Is she going to be okay? And she goes, you don't understand. She goes, when you're breaking through to people, when you guys go up there and in the Stars of Light and you guys actually go out there and teach people about mental illness, you're up there on that stage and you're no longer thought of as a label. They see people and they don't see their illness. And that's kind of the point is I'm up here speaking with you and do I look sick? Because I don't feel like I look sick today. And that's kind of how stigma is just some kind of assumption at all times. So yeah.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for answering these questions. I know sometimes these questions can come off a little harsh and can be taken very seriously. So thank you for being so brave and doing what you do.
I try.
High five. Woo, woo.
All right, so since you had to, blast me out and make me answer all these questions, I think that she should answer those questions. You think? Yeah? Okay.
Oh, wait, really?
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, so you tell me.
Tell you what.
What are 3 positives of being mentally ill?
That I can label myself. I'm a very driven person, very driven, and I love that it gives me a purpose and I'm very unique.
All right, that was a really great answer. So the next question we had there are, what are things that help you?
Oh, man. A lot of things, actually. I make sure I eat right. That is definitely a must
She's
for
got
me.
me on a banana kick.
Yes. And I exercise daily. And I meditate, and I use my skills. Skills are like number 1 for me every day. Is that it?
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
I think
like
that's
that.
about it.
That was a
Oh,
pretty...
I always check in on myself. That's an important one. I use an app called eMoods, and I always make sure that I'm in check and I know how I'm feeling that day multiple times a day. All right,
cool. And after this last question, remind me there was one thing I wanted to say. So now you tell me, what does stigma mean to you?
Kind of like what you said with, stereotype. I think stigma, it's like taking a bunch of people that are like bipolar and putting them in a box and being like, you have this and you all have to act like this and do this and take this. And I'm like, no, I'm not an illness. I'm sick, but I am still human. So that's what I'm trying to break. I'm trying to break the stigma by putting it out there that I am still a human and I have
and you
these
don't
illnesses.
have, and it's not written on our forehead.
Correct.
Maybe you noticed.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's great.
Oh, what were you gonna say? Did you forget?
Yeah, I did have something. Actually, it was just something that I thought of. Like being here today and some of the things that I've started to change in my lifestyle. Taylor has been a great inspiration.
Well, thank you.
So I thought you should know that, and I'm pretty satisfied with the questions we answered today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yay.
So we'll let you know what's next.
Boom.
Bam. Do you like music?
You bet I do.
Yeah? Well, this guy's gonna blow you away.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
It helps me because it soothes your mind, that's why. It feels good in my hands. There's one person in the past that I'm not going to mention his name, but he said a trumpet could talk. There's a difference between happy songs and sad songs and moderate songs and snappy songs. I don't like sad songs at all. I just don't. I chose Herb Alpert because he seemed like a decent drum player. I was a horn player, he was a horn player, the other ones didn't sound as good, so I chose Herb Alpert.
Well, thanks for watching. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Tiffany, and it's been a great day, and we...
Make sure you come back and watch us next week. We hope to see you then.
Had a little woman, disposition sunny, but she had a googly eye that made me feel funny. Look away. I got apples in the basket, got peanuts in the bowl, gonna put my turkey sausage in the jelly roll over. That old woman gets misdemeanor mean when she ain't got no quarters for the washing machine. Look out!